What's up, everybody? Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Honest Diecast. Today, I know I'm a little behind on this episode, but I'm going to go over my favorites and my least favorite 2021 Super Treasure Hunts. So let's get right into it. So starting the list off, for my least favorite, this is going to come as a huge shock to many of you, but my least favorite, the B case Corvette Grand Sport Roadster. Big surprise, right? Those who watched episodes throughout the year just realized how much of a struggle I had finding this, and that's part of it. That's part of the dislike about it, was how incredibly hard this was to find, but how many main lines that I found of this car just everywhere. Other than that, it's just I really love the color. I actually really do love the color of this car, but no pun to Corvette fans. Trust me, I'll make up for it later in this list as far as Corvettes go. It's not a very appealing car. It's not that great. We just had one a couple years ago that was gold. That was 2019. I forgot what case, maybe F case. So I think it's a little too soon to re-release this one, but I just kind of wish they would have given us a whole different one instead. So number 15 on the list, Corvette Grand Sport Roadster from B case. And following up for number 14 on the list, kind of feel bad for this one, because in all honesty, I really do like this car as a casting, but it just kind of didn't do it for me. The F case RX-3, Mazda RX-3. So the reason why this made near bottom list is because obviously there's a great debate on white and black supers. It's really hard to get away from the fact that a white super just doesn't really give it justice. It really doesn't. Now, granted, when you look at the mainline and the super next to each other, there's a clear and obvious difference. But just generally speaking, if you were to see these from 10 feet away, they would probably look the same, to be honest with you. I love Mad Mike castings. I love the RX-3, but just we could have done better on this one. So, number 14, F-Case Mazda RX-3. And moving right up the list, number 13. Kind of feel bad about this one too. I feel bad about ranking a lot of these low. The L-Case Mercury Cougar Super Treasure Hunt. Now, granted, I think that this is really beautiful. I really love the way that the flames are designed. I love the green of this car. I love the car in all reality. I really do like the Mercury Cougar, but the thing that placed it on this list for me was the fact that, again, just like the Corvette Roadster, we just had one of these a couple years ago. I believe it was H case of 2019 we had, which was also a green one. So it kind of makes it a little hard to forgive. So that's why this one is ranked number 13. But overall, I really do like the Super, but it had to place somewhere. And honestly, since the fact that we just had one of these, that's kind of what factored in as far as it being placed so low. So number 13, L-Case Mercury Cougar. And continuing on, number 12, the N-Case Ford F1. Beautiful purple, beautiful truck. The thing about it is that I don't really collect trucks. So as of course I was excited to find this out in the wild. I was excited to find, this Super, and I got this one knocked out pretty quick. But it just doesn't really do it too much for me because it's a truck, and I'm very selective with truck castings as far as what I collect and what I like. And while this truck is nice, it's a beautiful design. Just for me personally as a collector, it just really didn't do all that much for me. Beautiful purple. Absolutely love the purple. It's very reminiscent of my favorite Super of all time, and you guys probably know what that is. But yeah, that's why this got placed down a little farther down on the list. Beautiful truck, again, just not my cup of tea. The N-Case 49 Ford F1. All right, moving down to number 11 on my list. This was definitely one of the harder ones for me to find, and when I found it, I was super excited. And if it wasn't for a lot of the supers that are ahead of this, just because of the sheer cool and beauty factor, this would be more up there, because honestly, I really, really enjoyed this casting. The C Case, Roger Dodger, 8-Ball, Super Treasure Hunt. So again, you know, a lot of discussion about, you know, white supers, black supers, but honestly, this one's beautiful. And as you already know, we've had a couple of supers this year that were black. At least their corresponding mainlines were. But at least 2 out of the 3, maybe even all 3, have different shades of Spectraflame black. And we'll get to that later on. But again, just a beautiful kind of a slate gray Spectraflame. Always love the design of the Roger Dodger, that big old blower motor sticking out. Beautiful. I was actually really excited for this one, and I wish I found more of these, but I only found one of these this year, so very awesome. And again, if it wasn't for some of the more prettier, more notable supers of this year, this one would be higher up. It would definitely be in the top 10 for sure. But right here we have number 11, the C-Case Roger Dodger 8-Ball Super. And moving into our top 10, here we go. Top 10 of 2021. We're going to start off number 10 with the Audi R8 Spider. Now, I would be much more fond of the R8 if it wasn't a spider casting. I really do. I love the Matchbox one because it's not a spider. But needless to say, I was really excited when, you know, it was about a year or so ago that Hot Wheels actually came out with their first Audi R8, and it was a spider, of course. But when the leaks came out that they were coming out with a super of this, I was like, wow, I really want to find that. And this one was a runner. It was very hard to find. I did end up finding 3 of these. But overall, beautiful wheel design, beautiful blue Spectraflame, just an all-around beautiful super. So, starting off the top 10 for 2021 is the M-Case Audi R8 Spider. And continuing on, number 9 for the year, which was the biggest runner of the year for me, but also ended up turning up to be the most found one. It's funny how things work when you're hunting for Hot Wheels, I'll tell you that. The J-Case 356 Outlaw Porsche. Now, this might be surprising to some of you guys, because you know I'm a diehard Porsche collector. The reason why it's a little bit lower on the list than you might think is because I love all Porsche, but the 356 I do really like the casting. But if you know me, I'm more of a GT collector. So I like GT3 RS, GT2 RS, 935s, 934.5s. That kind of shebang that's my deal for sure. So that's why it's a little bit lower, but regardless, absolutely beautiful deco. This is actually a lighter variation of one of the ones that I found. Just really, really nice. Obviously, the Gulf livery is a huge hit. And perfect wheel choice, perfect everything. So, number 9 on the list, J-Case 356 Outlaw Porsche. And number 8 on our list, the last super I found to complete 2021 supers, the Q-Case Shelby Cobra. Just a beautiful red. This casting is so great, just proportions and everything. Love the exhaust on the side. Love the wheel choice. Love the fact that it's red. You can almost guarantee that any super that's in red or gold will definitely get a high vote from me, especially the red one. So, absolutely beautiful. When I found this, you know, I wasn't sure if I was really gonna be able to distinguish the difference between the super and the mainline, because the mainline has beautiful paint in its own right. But when I saw this hanging on the peg, I knew it. I knew it right away. So, beautiful super. I know Nas will appreciate this one. So, number 8 on the list, Q-Case Shelby Cobra. And moving on, number 7 for 2021, A-Case 300ZX, Nissan 300ZX. Again, just like the R8, You know, pretty much same color as the R8, same theme almost, just different wheels. But pretty much the same color, Spectraflame blue. Amazing tampo work on this one. This Super is just absolutely beautiful and clean. Had really great success with this one in 2021. Ended up finding 4 of these, which was friggin' amazing. But yeah, definitely one of the cleanest, best looking Supers of 2021. The Nissan 300ZX. Friggin' awesome. I think it's a beautiful car. You know, maybe not everybody agrees that way about it, but the E-Case C7Z06 convertible, absolutely amazing. One reason why I really like this Super so much is the wheel choice. The wheel choice is absolutely phenomenal on this thing. It is, you can't miss it. Every single one of these that I found, which I ended up finding 6 of these this past year, you can't miss it. As soon as you see the wheels, it is a done deal. You know that you found the Super. So excellent wheel choice. Again, kind of that dark slate gray. It's not a black. There are some lighter versions of one. This one's kind of a darker one. This one does look more black, but regardless, I just love the theme. I love the K&N deco on it. It's so reminiscent of that older Corvette Super, which I believe was a C6. That had the mismatch wheels. It had, I believe, blacks in the front and orange in the back, or vice versa. I can't remember. I don't have that one, so I can't compare them, obviously. But needless to say, this one definitely one of my favorite finds of the year, just because it was so good to me. That wheel choice and the deco. The E-Case Corvette C7Z06. Nice. Alrighty, here we go, guys. Top 5. These are the bangers of the year. Top 5. So, number 5, again, another Super that was really good to me, and I probably, according to you guys, probably one of the best reactions of Super finds this year is going to the Diecast Mazda RX-7. Just absolutely beautiful. And again, another black corresponding mainline Super. This thing is anything but black. It is kind of a bluish gray. Tan interior. Got those chrome Volk T37 style wheels. Beautiful tampos, front and rear. Just an all-around amazingly beautiful car. I absolutely love this Super, and this Super gets my vote for the most pretty Super, most beautiful Super of 2021 is the Diecast Mazda RX-7. Congratulations, you're beautiful. And moving on to number 4, this car, when it was released that it was going to be a Super, I was super excited, no pun intended. Because I think this car needed some justice. This casting needed some justice. It needed to come out as a Super, as a premium, something, because it needed to be something else other than a mainline, and it finally was. The P-Case Nova Wagon Gasser Super in that beautiful blue Spectraflame with the Hot Wheel Racing deco. Perfectly done. I think it's got the perfect wheels. I think it has the perfect livery, everything. This thing is just looks so good. This Super looks so good, and I was so happy to find this one because it was running from me big time, and I only found one. But very, very excited and super happy that it finally came out as a Super. The P-Case Nova Wagon Gasser. Alright guys, we're down to the top 3. I already took all 3 of them off of the wall and got them out of their protectors so I can show them off. Now these were really tough, and honestly throughout the year they have swapped places back and forth between these 3. These 3, I knew that it was going to be these 3. I just didn't know what corresponding order that they were going to be in until I really sat down and looked at them and thought about it. So here we go. Number 3 for the year. Also got vote for one of my best reactions for a Super find this year. And this was number 1 for a while, but after sitting down and looking at these 3 all together, I had to put the other 2 above this one. I had to. So the beautiful G-Case GT500. So absolutely love this super. Found it right on the front peg, and this was the only one that I found during the year. Friggin' amazing. It was a unicorn case as well, so that was amazing. And yeah, it's kind of bittersweet. I knew I was going to make the top 3, but I was anticipating this to be number 1, but I had to slide it down to number 3. So I feel bad. But as mentioned, any red or gold super is going to get a huge vote for me, because I think that those are the 2 best colors for supers, especially gold. So Lord knows I was very fond of last year's end case Jags Demon, and I was certainly just as fond of this GT500. So here we go. Number 3, G-Case GT500. Man, these last 2 are tough. I just sat off camera for about 5 minutes pondering, wondering if I was making the right decision to put which one at 1 and which one at 2. And it's tough, guys. It's tough. So here we go. Okay, here we go. Number 2. Probably the most hyped super of the year. Definitely the most overpriced on the secondhand market. I got to put it at number 2, and I'll explain why. The H-Case Datsun 510. Obviously, I really don't need to go over anything with this car. It's a beautiful green. Beautiful choice of wheels. Just a very odd kind of copperish, brownish gold colored wheel. Just not going to find those wheels on anything, that's for sure. Beautiful car. Absolutely beautiful car. I was super stoked to find the first one. I did not get footage of it, but I created a short on my phone afterwards. And I ended up finding 3 more of these. This was a very, very good super to me this year. Gave one to my best friend, Datsun Man Diecast, and kept the other 3, and the other 3 are not up for grabs. I opened one and I got 2 carded, so sorry guys. But anyways, awesome super. It was great to see another 510 finally come out as a super again, so very excited. And again, I almost feel kind of bad for putting this at number 2, because this was hovering right around number 1 for me for most of the year. It was back and forth between the GT500 and this. So, but here we go. Number 2, Datsun 510 H-Case. So in case you guys can't see behind me, my big head might be in the way. I got number 1 right here. And I knew that this one was going to be top 3 as well, along with the GT500 and the Datsun 510. But here we go. Number 1 for me. K-Case Civic Type R Super. Now you're probably asking, how on earth did you pick that above the 510? You know, maybe some of you are like, yeah, no brainer, but I know Static Crispy is. But just the HKS livery is just a pure 100% win for me. I've been a JDM head, a JDM car guy for a long, long time, and that's the winner. It's, you know, obviously the additional tampos on the roof compared to the main line. The beautiful blue Volk TE37s on there, absolutely phenomenal. This car looks so amazing, but believe it or not, the only deciding factor that pulled it away from the 510 was that it at least has front tampos. So it's got the logo, it's got the Honda emblem in red, the headlights, the fog lights, everything. So absolutely beautiful. This was really between the top 3 supers of the year. It was really, really, really tough, but this came out the winner. Just for sentimental value, just for the overall coolness of it. Yeah, so there we go. Number 1, K-Case Honda Civic Type R. So there we go, guys. My least to favorite Super Treasure Hunt for 2021, all 15 of them. I got a little bonus. I got a package. Can't tell who that is. I got a little envelope package from Andre Cruz. So let's open it because it's been sitting here for a little while. Let's open this up real quick and see what we got here. I think I know what it is. but we'll find out for sure. Alright, got that all opened up, and it was exactly what I thought it was. Friggin' sweet. Got the legendary Andre Cruz button. How about that? I'm gonna have to affix this up on my logo, my case box up there with everybody's logo. Thank you, Andre. I appreciate it. And we have something else right here. Looks like some decals. He wrote, "They on clear back paper. My bad. LOL." Sweet. This is exactly what I wanted right here. I told Andre I wanted some of these because I was originally going to do his. I wanted to do his GTO with these decals on it, but no matter, I can definitely build something else with these Puerto Rico decals, man. So thank you, I appreciate it for hooking me up. Honestly, these are probably going to be coming right back to you on a future custom. So thank you, man. I appreciate it. So that's going to do it for now, guys. Thanks for tuning in to my list of supers from least favorite to favorite. Appreciate it. Hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoy the content. And just an FYI, my schedule is going to be changing drastically, so my uploads won't be as frequent. So you can thank my job for that. But yeah, we'll definitely get back on track with weekend live streams, and I will try to get content up as I go. I've been looking around. Still not much to be found out there. Of course, that's the case with just about everybody. So hang in there, and I'll get some hunting footage up shortly. So thanks again for tuning in, and until the next episode, we'll see you next time.